trying to get y'all set up at a good little spot right here. Hi from me and my ratchet self today. Well, honestly, I'm pretty sure this whole video, this is the me that you're gonna get. No makeup, messy hair, pajamas. That's just the reality over here right now. But anyway, hello, welcome to my channel. If you are new, thank you so much for watching. If you are not new to watching my videos, welcome back. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, for being here in my little corner of YouTube. I hope you have fun while you are here. In today's video, I am going to be reading the Mindf series, and woo! This is one of my most anticipated reads of the year. I have been saving this series for the fall time just because, I don't know, it felt like it would be a perfect fall read. So here we are. It is time for me to dive into this series and I am so excited. So that is what we are going to be doing in today's video. Just hanging out for the next few days or however long it takes me to finish this beast of a book, because it is like, what, almost 700 pages? 670 something pages. So not sure how long it'll take me to get through it, but regardless, we're gonna hang out for as long as it takes. And I will be sharing my thoughts on this series as we go through the video. I will not be doing any spoilers. Just know that going into my videos, if I ever do spoilers, which I rarely do, but if I do, I will tell you guys ahead of time because I'm not just gonna throw spoilers at you because that's rude. Now, my impressions of this book, I don't know much about this going in. I have really stayed away from spoilers for this one, but technically this is a 5-book series and all 5 of the books are in this one book. The only thing that I know about this is I think that it's about a woman serial killer who is out to get revenge on some men that did her wrong in the past. I don't really know any other details other than that. One of my really good friends just finished this and she absolutely loved it. And we have very similar book tastes. So I have a feeling that I'm really going to like this. And it's right up my alley. I love like darker mystery thriller, dark romance. Like I love that genre. And I think that this is like all of those genres mixed into one book. Thank you guys so much for being here. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoy watching this video and let's just hang out and read together. Only 7 pages in. This is getting right to the story. I just got to a bit of a spicy part. To me, at least from what I have read, the spice is somewhat mild. Like it's not super detailed, at least compared to the spice that I've read. But I don't know, we will see. Like I said, I've only read one spicy scene, so I guess I will find out as I keep going through the book. I am currently on page 61. I'm loving this so far, y'all. I love the vibe. It's definitely very like Criminal Minds, Law and Order, SVU type of situation, and then mixed in with romance as well. So I like the mixture of those two genres. I'm gonna keep reading and I'll keep y'all updated. I'm officially on page 92. This book is about a girl named Lana, and she went through something very traumatic 10 years ago where a group of guys did something very terrible to her. Don't really know all the details at the beginning. Like right now in the book, I don't even really know what happened to her. I can just assume in my head based off of the things that she has mentioned, but she hasn't given any details really quite yet. And I'm assuming all of that is going to start coming out as the book goes on. But 10 years ago when she was, I believe, 16, this traumatic thing happened to her. And now 10 years later, she is out to get revenge on all of the men that did this thing to her. Now, another big part of this story is she meets a guy named Logan, and Logan works for the FBI. Logan is currently working on a few murder cases because he's a part of the FBI, so he's trying to break and solve these cases. Him and Lana meet, they end up having a really big connection, but he doesn't know that she is also a killer. It is so good. I'm like very, very into it. I love, like I said before, I love the mix of the romance storyline with also like the mystery thriller type of storyline as well. I will let y'all know how far I get into it. I'll probably update y'all tomorrow actually, because I'm going to sit here and read. I probably won't record anymore tonight, but I am going to read a bit more. So I'll update y'all tomorrow and let you know how far I got. Okay, y'all, it's been a couple of days since I've last like chatted with y'all, and I figured I would give y'all just like a quick update because I am currently on page 317. Like I mentioned, this book is made up of 5 different books, so I'm on book 3 right now. The storyline is very, like, if you are into true crime documentaries or true crime podcasts, true crime shows, things like that, I think that you would really enjoy this because right now, Logan, who is the FBI agent that's working a bunch of these serial killer cases, he basically like takes you through all of the cases that he's currently working on. So it goes through like evidence and crime scene stuff. So if you are into that kind of thing, then I think you would really like this. There are some somewhat like graphic things that they talk about in this book. So if you are someone who is a little bit more of a sensitive reader, I would definitely check the trigger warnings on this one if you need to. But so far I am eating this up. It is a very fast, quick, easy read. I am someone who loves like detective thrillers, detective mystery types of books and shows. And this is definitely that. But it's also mixed in with romance and spice, which I just love the mix of the genres. Anyway, I am going to continue to read today. It is only like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or so. Well, I might get some reading in right now, actually, like before we start prepping for dinner. And then we'll have dinner. And then after that, I'll probably read a little bit more. I would love to get like 100 pages in today. So that's the goal. We'll see how far I get, but I'm going to read a bit more today and I will give y'all an update a little bit later. say this again. There are some graphic scenes. Just like picturing it all in my head, I'm like, oh my, ooh, it gives me the freaking chills. Ugh. You go, girl. You go. Oh my God. Oh, that is wild. Whew. Damn, girl. Okay. Okay. All right. Say hi. Oh, you're gonna sit right there. Okay. Well, I have to film a video, so you're gonna have to move. Are you gonna cuddle? He wants to cuddle. I can't say no to this. Okay, so I'm gonna film this video with Albus in my lap, but he's definitely not a lap dog. Look at him. Are you just the sweetest angel? Yes. Anyway, I finished the Mindfuck series last night, and I think I needed to like just simmer a little bit on my rating. But after finishing this, I think I'm gonna give this a 4.5 stars. I really loved this book. The only reason why it's not getting 5 stars is because there are a shit ton of characters. There were times where I found, I don't know, like I found it hard to keep up with all of the characters. Like there were times where I was like, okay, wait, who is that again? Like who's who? The author would introduce a character at the beginning of the book, and then later on she would bring that character back in without any kind of context. And so I had to like, hold on, who is that again? And because this book is almost like 700 pages, I had already like forgotten who the person was. And so there was a couple of times where I found myself doing that, where I had to go back and try and remember who this person was. And even throughout the whole entire book, there was just a lot of characters. And for me, I'm someone who, I don't know what it is, but when there's a lot of characters in books, sometimes it is hard for me to like keep track of everyone. That's why it's not getting 5 stars. But other than that, I had such a good time reading this. I just love how everything just unravels as the book goes on. Like there's so many different puzzle pieces, and in this book, you're trying to put them all together, and then at the end everything just kind of, it's like wrapped up in one pretty little bow. It's really weird because even though there are some pretty dark themes in this book, I still found it fun. Does that make sense? Like it was still such a fun book, but there are some like dark themes and topics and some pretty graphic scenes in this. The main character in here is a killer, but you are rooting for her the entire time. It's sort of like Dexter. It reminds me a little bit of Dexter, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. But obviously Dexter is a serial killer, but you're rooting for him because he's killing bad people. And you just can't help but love him. And that is exactly how I felt about this one. But I really enjoyed reading a thriller, serial killer thriller from the perspective of the killer, because I feel like in a lot of thrillers, you're getting the story from other people's perspective. And in this one, you're getting the killer's perspective. It just immersed me into the story. And I know I mentioned this sort of at the beginning of the video, but the main character in here, something very traumatic happens to her 10 years ago, and you don't really know all the details right away. But as the book is going on, all of the details are starting to come out as basically as like flashbacks in her mind. And so eventually you do find out everything that happened that traumatic night. So I really liked that. I really liked that the author didn't just come out with all the details at the beginning. I really liked how the details were just gradually given as the book goes on, because it just really kept me interested in the story, because I kept wondering, like, what the heck happened to her? Like, I need more details. I want to know what happened. And as you're reading, everything just starts coming out. And of course, by the end, you know exactly what happened that night. And woo, it's intense. I'll just say that. I also want to touch a little bit on the spice in this book, because I know a lot of people wonder that when they go into books. I wouldn't label this book as like a spicy book. There are some spicy scenes in this. However, I do personally think that the spicy scenes are very quick, to where I, as someone who likes spice, I wish the spicy scenes were actually a little bit longer. They just are very, very quick. So if you're someone who doesn't really prefer spice in books, I wouldn't let that stray you away from reading this, because you can just skim over the spicy scenes or just skip them altogether. I also feel like the spicy scenes are somewhat mild. Like, there's some detail in there. Like, if someone were to ask me, tell me some of your favorite spicy books, I wouldn't put this one in the list, because in my opinion, there's a big difference between there being spice in books and labeling a book as a spicy book. Does that make sense? But overall, this book was so good, and I would recommend this to anyone who likes more serial killer thriller types of books mixed in with a little bit of romance. It was just like the perfect mix of the two. I had such a good reading experience reading this, and there were times where I was like, oh my gosh, like there were just some scenes where I was like, woo! I had so many emotions while reading this. There were times where I was like, hell yes. And then other times where I was like, legitimately pissed off because of some of the things that were happening. And then I had other moments where I was like, my heart was beating. I was on the edge of my seat, like, what is about to happen? So you get that, like, that thrilling aspect of it. And then you have a little bit of the spice mixed in with it. It's just like so many emotions that this book will take you through. But anyway, y'all, I think that is it for my review of the Mindfuck series. If you have read this, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. Or if you have not read it and you've watched my video all the way through, let me know if this sounds like something that you want to add to your TBR. But I have some really fun videos coming up in December. I will be doing my top, I don't know if I'm going to do my top 10 or top 15 books of 2023. So I'll be doing that video. And then I'm also going to be coming out with some of my favorite books to read during the winter season. And then at some point I want to post a video of some of the series that I plan to read in 2024, because there are a lot of good series that I have not read that I really want to get through next year. So yeah, lots of fun videos coming up. Of course, I'll be doing more reading vlogs as well. So if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and also turn on the little notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I will put all of my social handles down here on the screen. I would love it if y'all would come follow along over on Instagram and TikTok. But again, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video very soon. Bye.